Hey everybody, and welcome to Alive.
It's great to be back.
It's always great to be here with you and tell some great stories about God.
So what are we telling stories about today?
Today's Alive is based on Daniel.
You mean the Daniel from the Bible?
Who else would I be talking about?
Okay, don't get so upset.
What?
Nothing.
No, I know you want to say something. Just say it.
It's not really that I wanted to say anything.
Then what is it?
Okay, it's just you being a little irritated reminds me a lot about this other girl I know.
And who is this other girl?
Okay, so I probably should have worded that better.
We'll say it right this time.
Okay, so this girl that I know is a friend of one of my cousin's sister's brothers.
Wouldn't that just make her your cousin's friend?
I mean, if you want to say it all dull like that, yeah.
Anyway, this other girl who is a friend of your cousin,
She gets upset pretty easily, just like you.
I know you did not just say that.
Okay, so I think it's about time we get to those stories.
Are you guys ready to hear more?
Very ready.
Get ready, everybody, because it's time for Alive.
There's a place just down the street where the stories we love to read come alive before your eyes. Come on, everybody, it's time for Alive.
Let's go.
Grab your friends and come with me to hear the stories of history, the Word of God for our lives. Come on, everybody, it's time for Alive.
Come on, everyone. Alive.
Gather in and grab a seat. There's some people we'd like to meet. In the Word, we'll spend some time. Come on, everybody, it's time for Alive.
Alive.
For our July Alive challenge, we need 2 participants.
You guys see too?
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's them.
Well, great. Today's Alive challenge is all about creating something that reminds you of freedom.
Why freedom?
Because it's 4th of July weekend and we're celebrating America's birthday.
So what are the contestants supposed to create?
It could be anything. We've given them some materials to get started.
I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Get started, guys. Okay, time's up. Let's see what contestant number 1 has come up with.
Okay.
He did look a bit frustrated as he was working.
And he did get very hot.
With everything considered, that red and blue shape is a pretty good representation of freedom.
I think it's a star.
Well, there you go.
I wonder what our second contestant created with her meager materials.
Wow, that's impressive.
Are you sure she didn't bring in more materials than contestant number 1?
I mean, how could she? We were sitting here the whole time.
I mean, I guess we would have seen it.
I do believe the Alive Challenge winner this month has to go to contestant number 2.
She should pursue offering her creations to the public.
Speaking of the public, we'd also like you to create something that reminds you of freedom, take a photo of it, and then post it in the comments of this video.
That sounds like a good idea.
And it doesn't have to be right now. You can create, come back, and share.
Now that we've had our Alive challenge, I think it's time we tell more about the girl who's a friend of one of my cousin's sister's brothers.
Your friend of your cousin.
I can't wait to get my favorite shake.
Yeah, this place has the best.
I get mine exactly how I like it.
Well, I like vanilla with whipped cream on top.
Does anyone work here? Did you say you like vanilla? Ugh.
It's basic, but it is. Whew, it is good.
I like mine a rich, thick, double chocolate with caramel swirled and whipped cream sprayed counterclockwise.
That's very specific.
In this world, you gotta demand what you want, and I demand right now for somebody to come and take my order!
Maybe the worker's doing something important.
That's always the way with you, always being so patient. You're not gonna get anywhere in life acting like that.
I'm actually not trying to get anywhere.
Come on, it's a jungle out there. You gotta be prepared for anything.
Well, if it's like that, then I think being nice and kind will work just fine.
I've had about enough of all this nonsense. Is there anybody here? Okay, this better be good.
Are you okay?
No, nothing's okay. We've been standing out this window forever.
I'm so sorry. We had an emergency by the soda fountain.
No, you didn't. The emergency is me, right here and now.
It must have been something serious. It surely was, son. The shop owner just had a baby. Oh my, was it a boy or was it a girl?
A boy. The owner is just leaving to get to the hospital.
Oh my, do we need to go help? She shouldn't be left alone.
Oh no, the owner's wife is already at hospital. The owner is just leaving to get there and be with her and the baby.
I'm confused.
Oh wait, I think I understand. So you're saying that the owner was here and his wife was already at the hospital having the baby.
Yeah, it all happened so fast the owner couldn't get to her in time. And when she called and told him, he fainted and hit his head on the corner of the soda fountain.
So you were with him?
Yeah, trying to revive him.
Is he okay now?
He's great. Just the initial shock of it all got to him.
A baby boy. Now there wouldn't be a better excuse to keep us waiting.
It would have been better if it was a girl. Okay, you win.
Please tell them congratulations.
You know, I could really use some help around here. Would you like a job?
You're kidding! I've just started looking for a summer job.
Awesome. I'm a manager. You just scored an A+.
Hey, I would like a summer job too.
You know, you should look to your friend and copy his attitude. It's just what we need more of around here. Y'all want ice cream?
That girl did have a bad attitude.
But that young man was pretty cool about everything.
Did you notice his attitude of being humble and patient actually got him a job?
That's how God works. James 4:10 says, "Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he will lift you up."
That's a lot like Daniel in the first chapter of his book.
You're right. Daniel had a great attitude, even to the people who captured him.
He got a job promotion just like our guy. You can read all about Daniel's great attitude in the first chapter of Daniel.
What happens in Daniel 2?
Well, a lot happens in chapter 2, but there's this one part. Do you know that guy who sets up a table out on the boulevard?
What guy are you talking about?
He claims he can interpret dreams.
So I don't think I know him, no.
He is quite the character. They call him the Great Bambini. He says he's a fortune teller and can give people the meaning of their dreams.
Mr. Great Bambini, do you need anything? Perhaps something to eat?
My vision is telling me that I will not be hungry for several more hours.
Your gift of foresight is amazing.
Thank you, my young assistant.
Don't look now, but there is a crowd of people coming this way.
Of course, of course. My vision and my foresight told me that they would be coming here after they departed the roller coaster across the street.
Amazing.
Do you have the envelopes ready?
Yes.
Then please, call the people forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming from far and wide, come to see the Great Bambini demonstrate his power. Don't be shy, come forward to get the experience of a lifetime.
Welcome, dear onlookers.
Yes, the Great Bambini will answer the questions written inside of these envelopes. He has not read the answers inside of these envelopes, and he will answer them all through the power of his mind.
I will need total concentration to perform this task.
Yes, the Great Bambini will need total silence.
The first envelope, please. A cornfield.
Yes, the Great Bambini's answer is a cornfield. What has ears but cannot hear? Spot on. He's done it again.
The second envelope, please. Do you think he saw us?
Do you think he saw us? Is the Great Bambini's answer. Do you think he saw us? What do you call a blind dinosaur? Amazing!
The final envelope, if you please. Use the fork, Luke.
Yes, onlookers, use the fork, Luke. What could it be? Use the fork, Luke. What did Obi-Wan say to Luke Skywalker when he was having trouble eating at a Chinese restaurant? Amazing! He has done it again. The Great Bambini is available for birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, weddings, and other special occasions.
Thank you. Come again.
I'm not falling for that Bambini stuff.
You don't believe that he can tell you what your dreams mean?
No, I really don't.
Well, if he can't read minds or interpret dreams, that would be a lot like what happens in the second chapter of Daniel. That's where the king asked lots of different people to tell him what his dreams meant.
And none of them can do it, right?
Nope.
But Daniel could. I know it wasn't magic or sorcery.
That's right. Daniel was able to tell the king about his dreams because of God.
God revealed to him the message of the dreams to Daniel.
And that's a lot different than the Great Bambini. Daniel never took credit for being able to do so. He was just using what God gave to him.
That reminds me of something I read in chapter 2 of Ephesians. Verse 10 says, "We are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do."
I think the Great Bambini was just trying to fool people into getting their money.
You're probably right, but I did like his pants.
You should read about the king's dream and Daniel's interpretation in chapter 2 of Daniel.
That's fascinating, and it has a lot of history in it.
And you do love history.
Daniel even gets more intense in chapter 3.
Boy, does it. Daniel's friends are faced with an important decision.
It seems like we all come across times when we have to make decisions, of whether we're going to follow what is right or follow how we feel, because it may not be the same thing.
You're right. Sometimes I don't feel like doing the right thing, especially when it's something I'm afraid to do.
Checkmate.
What?
Checkmate. It's when I win and you lose.
No, I know what checkmate is, but you can't just take your pawn all the way across the board, take out my queen, and say checkmate. It's a completely illegal move.
I don't feel like it's illegal.
What?
How I feel. That's how I'm making my decisions now and how I'm living my life, based solely on how I feel. Like, why should a pawn only have to move one space? He should be free, and I freed him.
It's a completely illegal move.
There's a little verse in the Bible about how it's okay to follow your heart and break rules.
That's not in the Bible.
Well, I feel like it is, or should be.
Okay then. I block your checkmate, throw your piece at you, and then I swipe all your pieces off the board.
I don't feel like your feelings made you do that.
How do you know?
Because I feel like your feelings are lying to you.
Do you think civilized people can live like this? Imagine how society would be if everyone just did what they felt like.
I'm going to ignore your negativity. I'm going to follow my heart. And right now my heart is saying that I should go and I should drive my car on the left side of the road to see what it feels like.
Did your heart tell you to wear those pants?
No, that was my funny bone.
The situation the three friends faced in Daniel 3 isn't quite like these chess players.
Were there gold pants involved?
No gold pants that we know of, but there was a statue made of gold.
Everything's coming full circle now.
Yep, and the three friends in Daniel 3 were faced with the decision whether or not to bow down to a gold statue. Because their faith was so big, their feelings didn't cause them to go in the wrong direction.
That's right. These guys put their very lives on the line in order to follow God. You guys must read all about it. It's a real page turner.
Daniel's friends had amazing faith. They trusted in God and not themselves.
They sure did. They were following, not their feelings, but following God. Right from the very beginning, God was clear that He is the one and only God. Exodus 23 says, "You shall have no other gods before me."
That's super important.
So what do all of these stories we told today have in common?
Well, they are all a lot like the things that happened in the first 3 chapters of the book of Daniel. And all those tell us that God is God.
Our big Bible verse to tie it all together is Isaiah 45:5. It says, "I am the Lord, and there is no other. Apart from me, there is no God." Now tell us what the I guy has to say about all this.
The I guy says, worship is for God.
Doesn't everyone already know that?
Well, yes and no. Worship can mean a lot of things. It can be like that Rue girl we met earlier. She worshiped herself.
I can see that, but what about the Bambini guy?
Some people worship or make idols out of their jobs, things they do well, or even things they enjoy.
How do you know if you're worshiping something instead of God?
Well, it could be that you put something other than God as your main focus of life.
Like the guy trusting his feelings?
That's right. And that wraps up today's Alive.
Wait a minute. Aren't we supposed to dance?
I thought you'd never ask.
There's a place just down the street where the stories we love to read come alive before your eyes. Come on, everybody, it's time for Alive.
Let's go.
Grab your friends and come with me to hear the stories of history, the Word of God for our lives. Come on, everybody, it's time for Alive.
Come on, everyone. Alive.
Gather in and grab a seat. There's some people we'd like to meet in the